How you doing? Welcome back to Chonteg. Hey, kiddos. Hey, kiddos. Anyone or parents, whoever, you ever heard of kinetic sand? I mean, like, my kids have. I don't know who made this or discovered this or who decided. Who's the jerk that said, let's bring beach sand so that kids can play with it on a table? Just, I don't know. Kids play with this thing called kinetic sand. If you haven't heard of it yet, it's probably pretty good that you don't mention it to your children. But if you have heard of it, you understand that it's kind of it's sand, is what it is. It's like this moldable, sculptable sand of some sort with it on there. Well, what I actually have on my sampling ruler here is I'm going to try to zoom in. I don't know if you can see. I've got a little bit of this kinetic sand right here. See that? It's like a purplish colored. So, could you see that at all? See that on there? I've got a blob of kinetic sand is what I've got with that. And I thought, wouldn't it be kind of neat to look at it through the microscope? Here. Now I'm going to mold it into a little bit better of a more of a flatter shape, because as microscopes go, the flatter you make things, the easier it is to focus all in at one time. There's this thing called depth of focus that microscopes have, and the depth of focus means that, like, if things are too tall in heights, you can only focus on little things at a time. But let's take a look at what kinetic sand looks like. So on the right hand side is the millimeters, is what it is. That is so cool. Look at what that looks like. Whoa. It's like a million little crystals is what it is. Can you all see that okay? Can you all see that? Okay, look at that. It's like a million little cool crystals. So I'm using my focus knob. I actually have one on the right-hand side, but I'm moving around this knob right here. It's my focus knob. Allows me to focus in. See, if I focus out, microscope comes up, and it's all blurry, which is what my vision normally looks like anyway. And if we go down like this here, and then there, now it's a nice in view, right? So it moves the microscope on its boom stand up and down, which later on we need to go over microscope parts so that we know the various things that we're talking about here. All right, so this is kinetic sand, which you can see here, and I'm going to kind of come in here with my tweezers. It's all weird. It's like pushes it's all like congealed together like a little weirdo thing. What holds that all thing together? What's the magic sauce? Is it a kinetic energy? That's a thing, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna kind of move it around a little bit here. Look at that. Look at that. That's kind of neat. A little black one right there, blue ones, pink ones. I see all kinds of stuff. This is at a total magnification of 6.7x is the total magnification for how we are playing around kind of with this sand here. And it looks like, man, how big is one little piece of kinetic sand? Let's zoom in all slow-mo style to create a dramatic effect. Maybe sometime later I'll be able to input like a dramatic like music sequence here. So let's zoom in. This is at a total of 10x magnification. All right, that's looking pretty neat there. And we've got 20x magnification right here. You see that? You see that? Oh, no, you can't see that. Not when I move it out of the way like that there. Ah, there it is. Dude, that's kind of cool. That's what it looks like. That's really kind of neat. Looks like a million little crystals. And I think my own kids took blue and red sand and mixed it together to make the violet sand, which when you're looking at this, like, it's pretty much violet, but it's actually made of, when you're looking at this, I mean, I see some pinks and stuff here and there. There's really not a lot of violets in them. Let's go to 30x magnification. Whoa, look at that. Oh my god. All right, dude, check that out. That's actually kind of neat. Now, I don't know if you can see, like, on the right-hand side, every single one of those dash marks is a single millimeter, right? So every single one of those little guys is every single one of those little guys. By the way, I'm mimicking this around a little bit with a pair of tweezers here, scientific tweezers, and like one of my favorite pairs of tweezers, what they are. So we're looking at this now. We can get closer. We can get closer. Whoa, 40x magnification. We have, I think it goes up to 50. Dare we go up to 50? Yeah, probably. Yeah, that would be a good idea. That gets more views and stuff, right? Right? That's what YouTubers say. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't know, whatever. So looking on this here, man, that is so neat. That is such like a cool looking thing, is what that is. You know, that is really kind of. Now you see how that guy's like out of focus right there. If I focus up, now he's in focus. This is that whole depth of focus thing. Like you can only focus on one height kind of at one time, unless you have special software and blah blah blah, like you take pictures and stitch them together, something like that. There's all kinds of really cool things that you can do with microscopes. This microscope more or less is kind of it's an older microscope, but at the same time it's a it works now microscope is what it is. So let's zoom in one last time. Oh, look at that 50x. That was totally not worth the drama and the wait. Pretty much here's 40x and here's 50x. You know, there, that is what that is there. Can I get a good view of like there we go. So it looks like one of those smaller size pieces of kinetic sand is like just about maybe like a fifth to a sixth or maybe even an eighth of a millimeter. Am I allowed to do that? I thought millimeters you could just like divide by 10 and that's all you can really do with them, is what you can do. But that's kind of neat. That is actually pretty gosh darn neat is what that is, in terms of how close that looks. And I mean, like, I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna see here. I'm gonna put my surgical tools to the test. See, there's my tweezer tips right there. See that? And I'm gonna take one piece of kinetic sand. See that? Oh, look at it. It's all gooey. What's the goo? You see that? It's got like gooey stuff on there. What's the goo? You see that there? I've got it though. I've got the piece. I've got the piece of kinetic sand. Can you see that? No, you can't. Not without a microscope, you can't. Ugh. So that's pretty. Oh, I dropped it. Oh, sorry, kids. I lost one of your grains of kinetic sand. Forgive me. All right, but that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat in terms of what that looks like. It's all kind of very crystalline in terms of how it looks like. And there will be more. There'll be more. Let's put stuff underneath the microscope just to kind of see what it looks like. Because let's be honest. Some things look really awesome underneath the microscope. Other things just sort of. Well, no, there's most things. They look really awesome underneath the microscope there. We'll be putting all kinds of stuff underneath the microscope moving forward. It'd be kind of a cool thing, you know. So anyway, thanks for joining on in. We'll see you on the next one. See ya.